Welcome back, everyone. Hope you guys are enjoying the festival. Virtualarte was created to be a space to create, connect, and to contribute. During this segment, we will be supporting Amanecer Community Counseling Services. As you just saw in the videos, our goal today is to raise awareness for mental health and raise funds for this amazing local nonprofit. Today, we're going to have two special guests with us, María López from Amanecer, and we're going to have an amazing breath coach, Lilia. A little bit about who I am, Veronica Alvarado. I am the founder of Now Marketing, and I also serve on the board of Amanecer. And without further ado, I'd like to bring my guests on board. Welcome, Mari and Lilia. I'm sorry, Ana, welcome.
Hola, Vero.
Hola, ¿qué
¿Cómo han
tal?
estado? Feliz viernes.
Thank you for having us on, Vero, and to all Los Angeles Times and all the contributors and producers of this event. Truly, congratulations for what you're doing for our community.
Amazing. And Mari, I'm sorry. As you know, we've been like nonstop, right? This festival has come together in just 3 weeks.
That's so
shout
much
outs
to be
to
proud
all
of.
Right? All these collaborators that just came together and said, we see the need in our community. We know that there's a space for us to give. How do we do it? And that's where Virtualarte was born, really, right? And of course, when we were talking about what would we do, what would be the call to action for it, was how do we support the nonprofits that have been hit the hardest, that are there every single day, in and out for our community. And as you know, Amanecer is very dear to my heart. And so you, Amanecer, is my charity of choice for this segment. So
thank you so much.
Mari.
First of all, as Amanecer's board president, I want to thank you for your service as a board member. I think a lot of people don't realize that board members are there to be volunteers and to be overlooking the day-to-day that an organization does. And we are so fortunate to have over 120 therapists that serve our community in so many different ways. More specifically with mental health services. So that can look like anything like a mental or like a case management situation at schools, traumas being healed through therapy, and it just, the list goes on, including our domestic violence program. We are one of the organizations that has both a children and an adults program. And so we are really proud of our therapists that have been able to pivot during this really just a pandemic that has hit us all as such a surprise. Never would have thought that in a matter of days we would have to switch over to teletherapy. Ya verás que nuestra comunidad, terapia no es algo que se habla demasiado, pero a la vez no solamente les estamos dando los servicios, pero ahora durante esta pandemia también les estamos dando la oportunidad de tener terapia por teléfono, que es algo que no se había visto, y el tener ese tipo de comunicación con nuestros clientes durante este tiempo ha sido muy importante, porque no solamente estamos dándoles servicios mentales, de salud mental, pero también les estamos ayudando con casos de migración, educación con los niños, y pues también ofreciéndoles esenciales que son comida y pañales. La lista es muy larga para terminarla ahora, pero les agradecemos a todos los que han donado y les seguimos pidiendo que es urgente esta ayuda. Hay gente que no tiene que comer, a los que sí somos afortunados de tener una casa que es segura y que tenemos comida en la mesa todos los días, dar donde se pueda.
I love it.
And thank you, Vero, because I know that you're so involved in putting all of this together and making sure that Amanecer is at the forefront of the beneficiaries.
And Mari, with that said, we want to just turn it over so we can get into the fun part of this segment. And, you know, one of the passion things that Mari and I has just been really been just important to us was to be able to connect with ourselves. I personally had an experience earlier on during this pandemic where I experienced a panic attack, and breath work was something that was introduced to me. And so I leave you with María and Ana, who have a very important message for you. And, you know, this is something that impacts all of our family, our children, all ages. It's so important. And again, please, if there's anything that you can do, volunteer, donate, any which way you can support Amanecer, you can follow us at our website. We have all of the links attached to the Virtual Arte website or even on our profiles on social media. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, so I'm going to take it over from here. Y quisiera hablar, vamos a estar hablando en inglés y en español, porque Ana y yo somos pochas. Y nos toca terminar nuestras frases como se nos dé, pero quisiéramos empezar al decir que nuestra salud mental se va a ver diferente para cada persona. Para una persona puede ser ansiedad, para una persona puede ser una condición. La verdad es de que nosotros, al dar servicios de salud mental, les ofrecemos ya sea medicación, terapia. Entonces, todo lo que lo que estamos viendo es de que la salud mental se trata de lo que estamos haciendo día a día para poder ser mejores y para poder estar, pues, por decir, enfocados en lo que nos hace sentir bien, ya sea una rutina en la mañana o simplemente perdonarnos, porque pues estamos viendo que cada vez que no nos perdonamos por no haber terminado una lista durante el día, nos estamos afectando. Entonces, lo que quisiéramos es asegurarnos de que cada vez que no termine uno una lista o de que te hayas puesto una meta y no la alcances, que no afecte el resto de tu día, de tu semana, tus relaciones con otra gente. Entonces, ahora voy a presentar a Ana, que también está con nosotros, y quisiera también saber de tu parte, Ana, tal vez algo que haces tú a diario que ayuda en bajar el estrés, en controlar alguna frustración. Ahora que estamos viviendo esta pandemia, estamos viendo que no solamente es frustración, son corajes que tal vez se haya uno tragado desde hace mucho tiempo, cosas y sentimientos que están saliendo a la luz porque hemos estado tan ocupados que no los vemos o no les prestamos la atención que ocupa para poder uno también sanar esas cosas que viene uno cargando de tantos años. Para mí fue aprender a respirar con intención, estas meditaciones que Ana va a hacer hoy con ustedes y les va a compartir un poco más de esa información, pero realmente, pues para mí fue conectarme con las cosas que tal vez nunca había sanado. Por ejemplo, el fallecimiento de mi hermanito cuando fui chica. Se puede ser algún comentario que alguien hizo cuando yo estaba joven. El caso es de que tenemos que reconocer cómo nos afectan esas cosas, esas circunstancias y cómo se van a ir apareciendo en nuestro cuerpo. Para mí fueron dolor de piernas que al fin fui a dar hasta el hospital. Entonces, comparto esto no porque es algo que digamos es orgullo, pero sí para mí ahora es orgullo porque toma bastante de cada uno de ponernos de nuestra parte para sanar esas cosas que se van a ir a presentar en nuestro cuerpo y nuestra salud mental. Ana, quisiera saber de tu parte como sanadora, como fan de lo que es respirar y meditar. Yo sé que yo he vivido varias experiencias con los programas que tienes tú y realmente me siento muy afortunada de poderte compartir con todo el mundo ahora.
Ay, muchas gracias, Mari. Hola, ¿qué tal? Mucho gusto. Gracias por estar aquí. Yo soy Ana y yo ayudo a la gente a manejar el estrés, la ansiedad, depresión, con una clase de meditación que se llama Breathwork. Y Breathwork es una forma de conectarnos a nuestro aliento, nuestra respiración y cambiarla para que, así como Mari dice, podamos empezar a alojar ese estrés que nuestro cuerpo está cargando, esas emociones que no hemos sentido. Porque cuando estamos en situaciones de mucho estrés como COVID-19, empieza esos traumas a salir en forma exageradas. En inglés se dice triggers. Y entonces, cosas como la meditación, como hablar con un terapista, como con breathwork, ayuda a sanar esos traumas para que cuando uno esté en situaciones en donde no tiene control, en donde hay mucho estrés, uno puede permanecer calmado, tranquilo, con un sentido de control para que pueda tomar acciones de una manera más clara y decisiones de una manera más clara. Y entonces ya llevo 10 semanas guiando a personas cada sábado a las 10 de la mañana gratis en una sesión de meditación, de respiración. Y entonces ahorita les quiero guiar en es una meditación pequeña para que se den una prueba de cómo cambiando la forma de respirar puede cambiar la forma de que uno se siente. Y entonces, en donde estén ahorita, si pueden cerrar sus ojos, poner sus pies planos en el piso, sus manos, si quieren ponerlas en sus piernas, ya sea boca abajo o arriba, pónganse cómodos. Vamos a mover nuestros hombros hacia atrás para poder abrir el pecho un poco más. Y cuando puedan, cierren sus ojos y vamos a tomar un anhelo profundamente por nuestra nariz y exhalamos por la boca. Respirar por la nariz, exhalar por la boca. Respirar por la nariz, exhalando por la boca. Y mediante van respirando por la nariz y por la boca, empiecen a notar su cuerpo. ¿Cómo se sienten en este momento? Quizás van a notar que algunas partes de su cuerpo se sienten tensas, pesadas. Quizás sienten dolor en su cuerpo. Y no vamos a juzgar nada de eso. Simplemente es información que nuestro cuerpo nos está dando. Y usando tu aliento, respirando, imagina que esas partes de tu cuerpo se están empezando a relajar, a ponerse suaves, de que esa tensión está empezando a reducirse. Respirando por la nariz, exhalando por la boca. Y también noten, quizás en esas sensaciones físicas que sienten en su cuerpo, quizás hay una emoción atrapada ahí, que no se ha expresado. Y entonces con cada exhalación, imagina que estás exhalando esta frustración, ese coraje, exhalando tristeza, exhalando resentimiento. Y si alguno de ustedes quizás se están poniendo un poquito emocional, está bien, eso es normal. Cuando uno crea una pausa, cuando uno empieza a conectarse con nuestro cuerpo, con los sentimientos, es normal sentir y expresar. Y es saludable, es sano, eso ayuda a que uno se empiece a sentir mejor. Y ahora, inhalando, imagina que estás inhalando un sentido de paz. Imagina que estás inhalando tranquilidad. Inhalando fuerzas, valor, salud. Inhalando un sentido de amor, de que estás protegido, de que tienes ayuda, apoyo, de que no estás solo. Y vamos a respirar otra vez profundamente por la nariz, exhalando por la boca, por la nariz, por la boca, por última vez por la nariz, por la boca. Y cuando estén listos, pueden abrir sus ojos.
Gracias, Ana.
Claro, y simplemente noten esos 3 minutos que estuvimos respirando, ¿cómo se sienten ahora? Me imagino que un poquito más tranquilos, más calmados, relajados. Y entonces ese es el poder de conectarnos con nuestro aliento, con la respiración, tomar una pausa. Puede ayudarte a cambiar cómo te sientes para el resto del día. Yo entonces, como había comentado, cada sábado a las 10 de la mañana, hora Pacífico, tengo clases de respiración gratis. Si gustan más información, pueden ir a mi website o a mi Facebook o Instagram. Mi website es Lilia, que es mi nombre, .net. Y ahí se pueden registrar gratis para respirar y que se sientan mucho mejor. Empezar el fin de semana así, ligeros, contentos, listos para empezar. Sí.
Definitivamente cambia todo el día y pues para mí, mi semana completa cuando hago respiración contigo los sábados, es hermoso ver la comunidad que has podido crear, que es mundial. Entonces, si algo podemos compartir es ese regalo que es innato, que ya nacimos con ser perfectos y respirar perfectos, pero en nuestro día a día y las locuras que siempre estamos queriendo alcanzar, se nos olvida respirar y la importancia de lo que es ese aliento. Gracias, Ana, por eso.
Claro, y sí, para toda la familia también, o sea, yo tengo familias enteras respirando desde niños chiquitos hasta los abuelitos. Si no viven juntos, tenemos familiares en México, en Sudamérica, así es que todos son bienvenidos.
Perfecto. Ya busquen, por favor, lo que es la respiración gratis con Ana los sábados. Les queremos dar de nuevo muchísimas gracias a Los Angeles Times en español, a Veronica Alvarado que nos invitó a este segmento. Y para continuar, vamos a estar dándole la bienvenida a Jessica Rendón, que también va a seguir esta conversación de lo que es ser conscientes del bienestar y para poder vivir una vida más llena y plena. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Ana y Mari. Yo sé que en estos tiempos aprender a respirar es muy importante con toda esta inseguridad que está pasando. Yo sé que muchos de sus tips los voy a usar yo en mi vida personal. Invito a todos los demás que lo hagan igual.
Vero, no sé si vamos a darte la bienvenida de nuevo a ti también o solamente a Jessica y a la...
Sí, gracias, Mari. Quiero otra vez nada más agradecerte por tu espacio. Vamos a continuar con el segmento de nutrición es una influencer que se llama Jenny Treviso. Ella tiene su página de contenido que se llama Clean Eating Messy Life. Nos va a enseñar cómo hacer batch cooking, cómo hacer leche de almendra y otras cosas más que ya van a poder ver en su video. Ahora, antes de empezar ese video, quiero hablar de una organización muy importante para mí que se llama Angels of Charity in Music. Tenemos más de 10 años colaborando con ellos y lo que hacen es misiones médicas que van a Perú para ayudar a los niños con labio leporino y ya han trascendido muchas más operaciones que gracias a donaciones de ustedes han podido hacer. También va a México, a muchos orfanatorios y también hace muchas misiones médicas con música. Andrea, que es una amiga muy buena de nosotros, va y les canta a los niños. Así que por favor donen cualquier cantidad, $1, $5, $10, lo que puedan. Yo sé que no estamos en los tiempos para estar dando dinero porque no sabemos lo que está pasando, pero son organizaciones que sí están ayudando mucho a las comunidades que no tienen, muchos recursos. Así que los dejo aquí con Jenny Treviso de Clean Eating Messy Life y ojalá les guste.
Hi there, I'm Jenny from Clean Eating Messy Life, and I'm excited to be here today. Wanted to tell you guys a little bit about myself. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a health enthusiast, and a failing perfectionist. I'm not entirely paleo or Whole30. I just like to eat healthier, real food. I've gone back and forth over the years where I have gone strict in one direction or another. I've measured macros. I just like playing with the science behind it and seeing how I feel when I eat different things and seeing how my taste buds react. I'm also a recovering picky eater, so that's been pretty interesting over the past 7 or 8 years, going from categorically not eating anything to eating pretty much everything. My husband also works both time and we both travel for work. So we manage a busy schedule and we still manage to try to eat healthy, keep moving, and spend a lot of time with our family. I also want to talk to you guys about how I stay moving, how I keep my kids moving. Obviously, quarantine, staying home, staying put over the last couple months has really changed everybody's lifestyle. It's important to me that they see exercise and health and wellness as something that's a priority to me. I want to set an example for them and I want them to be curious about it, but as a natural part of their lifestyle. Especially on the weekends when I try to work out for a little bit longer, that's when I really try to incorporate my kids and create workouts with them, keep them busy, keep them over to the side so they're not asking me a million questions while I'm trying to do my workout. But I want to talk to you about some of my favorite easy kitchen hacks, things that just make our lives easier, some of the ways that I cook and prepare food, because y'all, I can't cook every single night. Like, it's just not going to happen. I also wanted to show you guys some of the things that I make from scratch that people are like, whoa, I can't do that. And it's 90 seconds, literally. So I'm going to show you specifically how we make mayonnaise. And it is so easy that a 7 3/4-year-old can do it. And I'm going to let my daughter Baylor come over here and make that for us in just a minute. We're going to talk a little bit about what I call batch cooking. So it's not so much meal prep, but just every time I go to cook something, I cook a lot of it so that I can use it in different ways throughout the week.
Hi, I'm Baylor. My mommy may have talked about me in another video. I am 7, about to turn 8 in like 2 months, like 7 3/4. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this blender, which is kind of magic because how you make it is you only need 2 ingredients, so it's really kind of wow. And then
What are you making, babe?
I'm gonna make mayonnaise with my mommy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna press this button as soon as she's done pulling back.
All right, we're also going to put a pinch of salt
Yep.
and a little bit of mustard powder. It's not necessary, but I like it.
So you guys don't have to put it.
All right, how much oil are we putting in?
We're going to put in a cup, which is also 4/4.
Fractions, y'all. Fractions.
That's what my homeschool mommy been teaching.
Yes. Crushing it.
And since that she uses a lot, so it's only 1 cup, so it's kind of easy for her not to put too much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to put my hand right there.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
And push this one.
This is so magical!
All right. We'll do this and release that. What do we have in here?
Mayonnaise!
And you can use this mayonnaise to make ranch dressing. Is that what you like to dip your vegetables in?
Yeah, ranch dressing.
Yeah.
Kind of sauce for everything.
Kind of sauce?
Could taste tested.
Yeah, if you want. It's just gonna taste like mayonnaise.
Taste tested. By the way, I do not like mayonnaise.
There you have it, folks. Mayonnaise is super easy, but she doesn't like it. She does like ranch dressing and a lot of the sauces that we make with it. I also use it to coat chicken before I grill it. So I'll put herbs in there. You can make aiolis, which is just basically fancy for putting herbs and flavoring into mayonnaise. But it's a lot of flavor you can add to chicken, beef, French fries, salad dressings, all sorts of stuff. It stays good for about 2 weeks. I'll actually squeeze a little bit of lemon in there and just stir it in before I put it in an airtight container and stick it in the fridge. But it is so easy that you can literally do it in a minute or so, as you saw.
You could really do it in 10 seconds.
Probably not. But trust me, because I taught a 7-year-old fraction, so I clearly know what I'm talking about. All right, so now we're going to talk about what I like to call batch cooking. I used to be a meal prepper every Sunday, 3 or 4 hours in the kitchen, putting everything together, chopping vegetables, making dishes. Inevitably, something would go awry. Night wouldn't go as expected, and the whole thing would fall apart, or I wouldn't feel like spaghetti and meatballs, or Thursday would come around and my chicken would be kind of just creeping me out. Turns out I don't like leftovers after 2 or 3 days, which is perfectly okay since I'm the one cooking, so I'm the one creating leftovers. It doesn't bother anybody. But I started doing what I call batch cooking, which is every time I cook any kind of protein, I typically double the amount of protein or triple it. And I save what's left and I try to kind of minimally spice it or spice it in a way that'll go with multiple flavor profiles. And I'll use the same protein to create multiple meals. So one of the staples that I'll do for batch cooking or food prep, and like I said, I don't do it on Sunday. I just do it whenever I run out, so it's probably 2 to 3 times a week. One of the staples I use is shredded chicken. And when I first started doing shredded chicken, I think I boiled it and used the 2 forks, and you're almost about to burn yourself and your hands cramp and the noise that the forks make. I couldn't handle it. I hated it. I forgot where I picked up this trick, but somebody showed me that you could use a hand mixer to shred the chicken. And I tried it, and of course you had to kind of do some acrobatics like that. And you ended up with chicken all over you. It was worth it. It was much better than the metal on metal fork noise. But I remember a couple years ago when I asked my husband for a stand mixer for Christmas, and he was like, absolutely not, you don't bake, you're a terrible baker. This is a true story, I'm a terrible baker. Really good cook, horrible baker. And I actually got one of my girlfriends to put on Facebook all the different things I could make him if he gave me a stand mixer that had nothing to do with baking. But I really wanted this stand mixer specifically to shred chicken, and I also use it to make meatballs, hamburgers, anything that needs to put meat together or pull meat apart. So I'm a weirdo who uses my stand mixer for meat prep. But I wanted to show you guys, I have 6 chicken breasts here. I don't know if you can see in there. So I put the chicken in the Instant Pot for 14 minutes on the poultry setting, and then I let the pressure go down naturally, so I don't do the fast release. Most of the time, I actually let it sit in the slow cooking mode for quite a long time. I forget about it, honestly, or I have other things that I need to do. Doesn't seem to matter either way. But this time I put salt, pepper, onion powder, a couple cloves of garlic, and I had some fresh parsley in the fridge. So it's a pretty generic flavor profile, but still lots of flavor. The Instant Pot, I also put a cup of water in there, and so it really kind of soaks the flavor into the chicken. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the chicken, there's a little bit of the water still in there. Let's see if I can show this to you again. It's steaming, so it's a little hard. And then I'm just going to lock it in to the mixer. I've got the paddle blade on here. I'm gonna put that in. I am gonna go rogue, and I'm just gonna hold my hands there instead of using the Splatter Guard, so we're gonna see how that works. But I start on the lowest setting. And here we go, it's just shredding. Now I will use this and put it over salads. I will put it over bowls with sauteed vegetables. I can create stir fries with it or make soups. I don't really love reheated chicken. I'll do stir fry or soups, but I won't microwave chicken. That's just me, to each his own. But this is what you end up with. And you saw that was probably, what, 45 seconds? And we have shredded chicken. Who knew? Who knew? So what I will do is I will take this chicken and we'll eat some of it probably later for a meal. I'll then put the rest of it in a container, put it in the fridge, and over the next day or two, we will put it, like I said, I'll put it on top of some cauliflower rice and some other vegetables. I might toss it in buffalo sauce. This flavor profile will go perfectly well with that. Just add some dill in there, which mimics that ranch dressing flavor along with the onion, garlic, and parsley. There's no measurement there. You just kind of pour it in, and I'll use some of that mayonnaise and put it in there along with some Frank's Red Hot. I might put that in a siete tortilla and have a buffalo chicken taco. I might put it over some lettuce and pour some additional ranch dressing over it and eat a salad. So for the buffalo, that's what I'll do there. I also might then turn around and take the same flavor profile, add some cilantro and some salsa, and turn it into some sort of taco thing. From there, I might add chicken stock on top, maybe add some black beans and rice and turn it into a taco soup. That's what I did on 6 de Mayo, is took all of my taco makings and turned them into a soup. But this is, like I said, what I call batch cooking. So these are several examples of what I can do with the shredded chicken that has a lot of flavor, but it has a very mild flavor profile. So I'll do this, just whatever herbs I have in the kitchen. I'll pick 1 or 2 and usually do onion powder or garlic or paprika or something that really lends itself to a lot of different flavors. Sometimes I cheat and use a seasoning salt. One of my favorite things to do is just put vegetables in the cast iron skillet and then put the shredded chicken on top of it, put some sort of sauce on it, and call it a day. Just put all that in a bowl, eat it in about 15 minutes, go back upstairs and go back to my work day. That is my lunch most days of the week. One of the easiest hacks that I have come across that seems to just really mystify people is making your own nut milks. I make a batch of almond milk probably once to twice a week. I use it in smoothies, I use it in iced lattes, lots of different things. I'll use it to make oatmeal, lots of different uses. Basically anything I would use milk for. I just don't drink milk, just don't like it. So it's super easy. The hardest part of making almond milk is remembering to soak your almonds at least 8 hours prior. So I actually soaked these overnight, just in a bag with filtered water because the almonds do absorb some of the water, and then I put it in a bowl just so that it doesn't happen to explode all over my refrigerator. Not that that's ever happened to me before. So you put about a cup of almonds for every 3 cups of water. So I'm going to just blend these for about 30 or 40 seconds until it's really smooth and you can't really see the granules. All right, so this is what it looks like. And we are going to strain it using what's called a nut milk bag. It's a fine mesh strainer, and you can get these on Amazon. Usually somewhere around $10 to $13, I think, 2 for $20. So mine last about a year and a half, and then when they start getting a little funky or crunchy, I guess, I will replace them. And you just pour in. Then you just strain it. This really takes no time at all. Apparently you can use the pulp for a lot of different things. I think I've used it in the past for baking, but right now I'm pretty wasteful and I actually don't save it. A lot of times when you save it, you're supposed to dry it out or dehydrate it in the oven at low heat. I've made granola with it before, muffins, things like that. But lately, with working full days, I'm working probably anywhere from 12 to 15 hours with my day job, so I don't really have time to mess with that. So unfortunately, I'm a little bit more wasteful than I intend to be on that. So just continue to squeeze. I let the bag do most of the work here. And then squeeze that out to get the pulp out. And this is kind of an extra step that I figured out. Instead of trying to pour this directly into here, it ends up in a lot of messiness. I pour it back into the blender. And I will actually use my clean hands and scrape. You can see there's some foam left in there. And there we go. And I'll pour that through the funnel. Usually what happens is this makes about a jar, and then I have enough to make one cold latte. We'll see if the amounts, worked out. So I'll actually pour some cold brew coffee into there with a little bit of maple syrup and a pinch of salt. And that'll be my cold coffee. And we have a whole jar of almond milk. This will last me about 3 to 4 days, using about a cup or so a day. Like I said, about 3.5 cups of water to a cup of almonds. I'll usually do a little bit more than a cup of almonds, so I usually make about 4 or so cups of almond milk at the time. Again, thanks. I've really enjoyed our time together. I hope that you picked up on a couple of things that maybe you can use at home. As we're spending a lot more time at home together with our families, and it's a little bit more of a challenge to stay moving and stay focused. So please keep in touch. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you, if you have any questions. Thank you to the Virtual Arte Festival and the Los Angeles Times for inviting me to collaborate on this amazing project. I'm honored and privileged to be a part of it. Thank you.
Jenny, thank you so much for those tips. Everyone, she's on right now, so you could ask her any type of question you want. Now, Jenny, you made me want to have the Vitamix, the KitchenAid. I want all the gadgets that you use, because I definitely want to do all the things that you did. That looks so delicious. So again, thank you so much. I want to thank Ana and Mari for the breathing exercises. This segment is so important to us because it fills the mind, body, and soul. So again, I just can't stress it enough. During these times, we really need to start kind of going back to basics, really filling our bodies with nutritious food, really learning how to breathe, because even though it seems like breathing is just a natural thing that we do every day, it's actually really important to take that time and fill our lungs with this fresh air and kind of de-stress and decompress. And again, combining the nutrition part of it and the breathing and exercising, it's really, really important. And again, I really thank all of our guests today for this segment. We have so many things coming up. Again, down below, you'll see the link to our Angels of Charity and Music. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. Next up, we have our poetry segment with one of my favorite poets and one of my favorite actors, Jimmy Santiago Baca. I know you've heard of him from Blood In, Blood Out, and my favorite character in the same movie, Popeye, Mr. Carlos Carrasco, two of my favorite people. I'm actually really excited for the segment because I learned about Jimmy Baca in school. So having him in Virtual Arte Festival, it has been amazing. So I encourage you all to tune in. You're going to have great conversations with Popeye and the poet, and stay tuned. There's more stuff coming up.